EA Sports and the National Football League welcome you to Akron One on Thursday night primetime. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome, head coach Mike McCarthy and your defending AFC North Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen ready to get the preseason started. Off we go from Pittsburgh. This return will take him out past the 25-yard line. Decent field position as this game gets going. He keeps rolling. Aaron Rodgers leading the Steelers out. Hard to believe, Greg, it's your McCarthy.
Judging by our conversations with the coaches, Mike, I think it's a pretty safe bet. We won't be seeing a lot of this guy. I think what they're trying to do is just get him under center, knock off some of the rust of the offseason, and get him a couple live reps before he starts in week one. At the end of the day, you just can't replicate this style of live action in practice. So whether you're an established veteran like him or a young quarterback, these reps in the preseason are invaluable.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that one incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion. And
oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Zaire Franklin getting in there for the sack. It's got to feel great as he gets this preseason off on the right foot. 3rd and long for Rodgers. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
On the return, it's Moore. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. It is the Packers offense led by Jordan Love. His 4th year as a full-time starter, year 6 in the league for the quarterback out of Utah State.
Starting all the way back in the spring, Mike, there has been months of preparation building up for this.
Josh Jacobs to the 20. And he will score. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers.
And this is the conversation that surrounds the topic of running the ball in the NFL. Mike, if you're going to rely on scoring on 10, 11, 12 play drives and then fight it out in the red zone, there's a lot of pressure on that red zone offense. It's going to be very hard to accumulate a lot of points, but when you can be explosive and you can score from a ways out, that's the sign of the most impactful run game, and big-time play there.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Steelers offense ready now for their second drive. And Greg, week 1 here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
Well, we hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out of the local beat reporters and maybe the coaches talking about him a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor. And how often do we see not only do they make the roster, but in some cases they go on to really have critical roles down the line as the season unfolds. So I know to a lot of fans and some of the veterans, these games don't feel like a whole lot. But to some guys on that sideline, their entire career is in front of them.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rob. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
And 11.
From the gun, Rodgers. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Play fake to Dowdle. And now Rodgers. Oh, no! Chance to get rid of that under the heavy rush. He doesn't and goes down.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
And a battle for this one. It is caught by the receiver. That's how you get yourself out of a 2nd and 20 hole. Big gain there. It'll leave them just shy of the first down. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open.
Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. Here's a screen set up for one. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
And the Steelers, first down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Rodgers. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete. Another shot at it from the 9. 2nd down and goal. Now Rodgers. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Darnell Washington. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Boswell on for the point after. The kick is good, and the Steelers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. The return starts from the 5, and he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Packers offense ready for their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. The man in motion is Watson. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Send a man in motion right. A second down throw for Love. That one incomplete.
Third and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come third down.
That's going to be incomplete. And they'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. So we are through one here on Thursday Night Primetime. Harris Evans on the scoreboard. And we're back to the Steel City after this. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter as they are set to start the drive with 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, it's Aller. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he'll be marked out at the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for the Steelers. First down.
They'll run. This is Jalen Warren. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. From the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, Aller. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
And 8 yards to go.
From the gun here on third down, Aller. Back to the running back, Eli Heidenreich. Good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Chris Boswell on
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And the score remains tied at 7.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing, Taylor. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
To the left side, into the hands of Moore. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the 1st down. Here comes 4th down.
Mike, I don't really even think this is much of a conversation. On the plus side of the 50, I think you've got to keep your offense on the field, stay aggressive, and try to maintain possession. You get a field position like this, you want to make sure this drive ends with some sort of points.
And he's going to have a Packers 1st down. And he gets more than he needs. 4 yards, the pickup on that 4th and 2. That's caught at Savion Williams. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Momentum building here. On this drive, they go again, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Lloyd. He'll push forward here down to about the 27. with Deshaun Elliott on the tackle.
3-yard pickup. Brings up second and
They
7.
face second down and 7. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. This one is caught by Luke Musgrave. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down.
And it's third down.
Try to run it with Lloyd. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone.
Green Bay.
Marshawn Lloyd. Touchdown, Green Bay.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for first and 10. Play action. Aller on the run to the right. That one thrown on the run, but the receiver had to reach back, couldn't bring it in, and it is incomplete. We'll try again. It's second and 10. From the shotgun, here's Aller. That's caught. It's Roman Wilson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They gain 18 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler first down. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. QB will survey the defense on first and 10. That shotgun snap, back to Aller. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
They're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10.
The first down throw for Aller. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
It leads to second and 10.
Back to the air goes Aller. Pressure all around him, and down he goes.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only able to rush the passer and put pressure on him, but the coverage is just so tight on the back end, there's just nowhere to go with the ball.
Throwing on third down, Aller. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Send out the punt team, and the kick's away. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Packers offense and running back Marshawn Lloyd set to take over. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Williams in motion. They'll start this on the ground with Lloyd. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts from the 34 now. It's first and 10. To throw is Taylor. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
Asante Samuel on the coverage.
Here's Taylor. The pressure gonna cave in on The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Taylor looking to throw. I kept the play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him, and down he goes. Now, Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Daniel Whelan now, as he'll... This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. As the Steelers go back out on offense, we take a look at the defensive coordinator trying to stop him. Gannon was the former defensive coordinator of Philadelphia, then the head coach in Arizona before taking the Packers defensive coordinator job this offseason. On first down, it's Allen. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. See what they have for 2nd and 10.
Brandon Cisse there defensively.
Now it's Allen. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Looking to throw is Allen. That's into the hands of his receiver, Skoranek. Trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense.
And the Steelers.
Aller to throw again. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet. But I can promise you, they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one. It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. Three levels, played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
And he'll be taken. Time to the end of the first half of play. So, halftime straight ahead, and we'll send it to Scott Hanson, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This is still anyone's game here. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as the second half is about to get underway.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense and running back Marshawn Lloyd set to take over. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Taylor. The pressure gets there. Down he goes. Back inside the 20-yard line. The linebacker, Nick Herbig. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive. Come to the line. Got some work to do now. It is 2nd and long. Now, Taylor. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. He may have earned himself a little lecture about not sliding, especially when you're in a preseason game. But he did pick up the first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Give inside, there's Lloyd. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw is Taylor. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That's caught. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Now the try for an extra point. He gets it to go, and the Packers will take a 21-7 lead.
Steelers 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Steelers' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
On play action, Aller. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Here's Aller. And he got rid of that one. Receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. We'll save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
15 yards. First down, Packers.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's complete. Some more on the right side. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. Good for a Green Bay first down. On the handoff, it's Lloyd. He looks forward for maybe a yard with Deshaun Elliott on the tackle.
45-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 9. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. And he'll be off. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Open receiver is Bo Melton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18. On the give, it's Lloyd. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. They'll try again here. Second and 10.
At the 17-yard line.
Throwing, Taylor. And that ball out of reach. Toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
Darnell Savage on recovery.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. On third down, they'll set up to throw. Taylor loses the football. And the defense comes up with a big turnover. Maybe this will turn this game around. The defense comes up with a play in the red zone. Those active hands get to the quarterback, knock it out, and they come up with the recovery.
Mike, we see this from time to time down here when an offense is operating in the red zone. The field shrinks, coverage gets a little bit tighter, quarterbacks tend to hold the ball a little too long, and that's exactly what came back to bite them right here.
The Steelers offense ready to see what they can do. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Edgering Cooper. They're on the tackle. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
Made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Working out of the gun, here's Howard. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. They try to sneak a deep ball in there to wrap up the quarter, but time has expired, and the 3rd has come to an end. Second and 10. Back to throw. And he just does manage to get rid of this one. Hounded by the defense. They nearly got him. Incomplete, setting up 3rd down. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. That one on target to Moore. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. A gain there of 23 yards. First down, Packers. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's left side, caught by Musgrave. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down. On the zone read, it's Lloyd. Not much there. Maybe a yard. From the 34-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll go again with Lloyd. And he is planted. Backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
Tackle made back at the 39-yard
This a
line.
must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. That's caught. It's Marshawn Lloyd. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14.
So often we see a team that's milking a 2-score lead get very conservative, especially in the 4th quarter, but not this coach. He says, all right, I might have a 2-score lead. I want to make it 3. He's trying to put as much pressure on his opponent possible here down the stretch late.
They'll run over his center, and it's Lloyd. Trying to push his way to the line of scrimmage. He's not going to get there. Stopped by the defense. That's a loss of a yard. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Look wide. Get this one complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. To throw is Taylor. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. That's just a really good drive here in the 2nd half, and you understand what the situation calls for. You have the lead, 2nd half. Continue to control the clock, continue to convert and get fresh sets of downs, come away with points, and just try to continue to extend this lead.
Here comes Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. From the gun, it's Howard. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
To the air. Howard. They'll set up the screen to Heidenreich. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Here's Howard. Not going to be able to escape the rush here. He goes down.
By Aaron Sorrell. An 8-yard loss. Brings up
4th down. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on down. A run, and this is Lloyd. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
Ball carrier. He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Another run here with Lloyd. And he's into the end zone. Marshawn Lloyd. Touchdown, Packers. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
The PAT, up and good. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Steelers offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Howard. He's got the tight end, Tunyon. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts to stop it here with 1:07 on the clock.
At the 30-yard line.
2nd and a yard. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
That's good for a Steelers first down.
Throwing is Howard. A throw left side taken in by Wilson.
Howard's back.
Now just shy of the first down marker. That's a pickup of 9. Is going to set up 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
A handoff, running left. This is Warren. And I don't think he got there. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now you're looking at 3rd down.
No gain on the
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
It's a gain of 10 yards. That's a Steeler first down.
10 yards. And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now, Howard. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Howard. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
Incomplete.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Here we go. One final play. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And he's going to go out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. This game is over. So it's a win here for the visiting Packers as they start things out with a victory here in the first week of this preseason. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.